Switching gears, Gavin Newsom better watch out. President Trump announced today that he plans to put the EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin in charge of wildfire recovery in Los Angeles. Zeldin will lead efforts now to expedite rebuilding permits for homeowners impacted by the wildfires that were preventable if only had water and hydrants and reservoirs full of water, and they practice the science of forestry, underscoring the administration's commitment to facilitating a swift recovery. Also, on Tuesday, the EPA formally rejected part of California's heavy-duty truck inspection and maintenance rule, saying the state cannot apply costly requirements to vehicles registered outside of California. Not their jurisdiction. Here with more, EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin. It's hard to imagine, number one, how preventable these wildfires were. Santa Ana winds predictable, wildfires predictable, empty hydrants, empty reservoirs, and over a year later, most people can't get an insurance payment, and most people can't get a building permit. Can you explain that to me?
There is no good explanation. The president gets sworn into office a year ago. He right away signs an executive order giving EPA 30 days, just 30 days, to complete our Phase 1 hazardous material removal so that the Army Corps could come in and complete their Phase 2 debris removal. EPA got our work done in less than 30 days. The Army Corps came in, they completed their work. The Small Business Administration and the Trump administration came in and gave billions of dollars, about half of their disaster loan money from 2025 towards responding. President Trump has been locked in on getting more water flowing to LA. He's been locked in on forest management. And when I visited, like a week or two after I was confirmed, like right away, it was next week, there were people ready to rebuild right then and there. So the frustration, the passion that we're hearing from the people who live in the Palisades and Eden, who lost their homes, desperate all year to be able to rebuild their lives, is being heard all throughout Washington and all across America. But unfortunately, it's not being heard right there in Los Angeles. So President Trump, he's had enough. He wants these permits granted immediately. He wants everyone to be able to rebuild their lives. No more delay. There's no good excuse for what happened. It's over.
You know, I can't believe the guy is a full-time Trump stalker. He's a full-time podcaster, world traveler, Tweety Bird, and he can't get people their building permits and help them and assist them, have insurance companies pay homeowners. It's over a year. All right, tell me about the burden they were trying to put on commercial truck drivers in California that you're not going to let happen.
Right. EPA just rejected. I signed off on a denial of California's attempt to regulate trucks from out of state, even out of country. We've seen this time and again with California, where they're trying to enact a nationwide policy from their state. But Americans, November of 2024, didn't elect Gavin Newsom to run America. Not close. They elected Donald Trump. And what we saw when President Trump first came in was he had the EPA, the Trump EPA, send 3 Biden EPA waivers to Congress. The waivers that were used for the California electric vehicle mandate, well, Congress last year rejected those through the Congressional Review Act. President Trump signed it. The electric vehicle mandate was gone. But California hasn't rested. They keep with their terrible energy and environment policies to go further. This heavy-duty inspection and maintenance regime, we just killed it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.